Good morning. It is 9:06 a.m. on Saturday, May 29th, 2021. I'm Christiana Ellis, and I just got up. This is 5 more minutes. If the perspective of the camera looks ever so slightly different, it's because I have adjusted the aim of it upwards in a way that hopefully will require me to sit up straighter a little bit. So it's funny because I'm looking at the video preview and I desire to have my face approximately in the center of the frame, but with the camera aimed lower, I was just kind of like slouched a little bit. And as part of one of the panels yesterday, there was discussion about how posture is very important in the vocal presentation sense. And so I was just realizing, you know what? I probably should work on my posture a little bit. And then when I started sitting up straighter, I wasn't centered in the frame anymore. And so I had to move the camera. So now, if I slouch again, it, it I don't know. I guess it would be fine. But anyway, I'm sitting up straight. Ta-da! I did it. Mission accomplished for the day. So it's pretty good. So yesterday was the first day of Balticon for, the virtual Balticon, and I was on a couple of panels. One was called The Lonely Gamer, and the original description of it was to focus on tabletop games that you can play with one player. And the scope of it kind of got expanded, I think, just largely because there's a lot of the folks on the panel that didn't necessarily have have a lot of experience with tabletop specifically, so we talked a lot about video games as well. But it was a good discussion. But then we also had how to create compelling audio at 10 last night, and that was a lot of fun. Just talking about what is, the idea of technical quality, how much does that matter, what do you need for gear, what does it mean to create compelling audio, so like even beyond how, like what are we even talking about, right? It was pretty good. And I've been pleased so far that both of the panels I've been on had a significant number of virtual attendees, and so yeah, it was good. So my schedule today is coming up pretty soon here at 10 a.m. We have character development before the curtain goes up, and I'm moderating that, and we're going to be talking about uh, how much to create your character's backstory for a game like Dungeons and Dragons or other role-playing games, and you know, tips and tricks for doing it, but also how much to do. Is it right to have like a 25-page backstory before you start the game? Well, we'll talk about it. And then at 1 p.m., I have Love the Setting, Hate the System, which was going to be talking about mixing and matching elements, setting elements from different games with mechanics from other games and all of that sort of thing, and that should be fun. And then at 4 p.m. today, good first-time RPGs that aren't D&D. So, looking forward to all of those. And if you would like to watch any of those panels or any of the other panels going on at Balticon right now, you can find the schedule.balticon.org has a list of all of the panels, and you can register on there, and it's free to sign up and watch these panels as an observer. And if you're curious how that works, like I was before I did it, the panelists are essentially on a Zoom call, and then everybody else who just registers is able to watch the Zoom call and type in the chat or ask questions on the little Q&A tab, but it's only the presenters or the panelists that are shown on screen. What is that? Rocket's chewing on something. It's fine. So it's it works pretty well. Um, I'm looking forward to doing it, and people are chatting around in the Discord and all. So, but as I mentioned, yeah. So if you want to just observe any of these panels, you can do so for free. Although donations to the Balticon Con Committee are welcomed, and you can just check that out. Once again, that's schedule.balticon.org. And And I recommend that you check that out. I'm going to be around there, and then I have a few more panels tomorrow. And I'll talk to you tomorrow for 5 more minutes.